For my money, Procreate is the best drawing and painting app available for the iPad. It currently costs $5.99 in the App Store, and that is a steal. If you've ever done any kind of digital drawing or painting, you're going to feel right at home with Procreate's robust list of features. And unlike other iPad drawing apps, Procreate's interface feels completely natural in a touch interface. The tools get out of your way, giving you more space to draw and sketch. A big part of what makes Procreate so great are its brushes, and there are a ton of them. Pens, pencils, airbrushes, oil brushes, charcoal brushes, spray paints, touch-up brushes, watercolor brushes, neon 80s, hair metal enthusiast retro texture brushes. Yes, there is one of those. And each one of those categories has multiple variations in it. And like other illustrators, I'm not just picky about what kind of tea I drink when I'm drawing, I'm really picky about my brushes. And that's cool because you can modify any of these brushes, or you could just create your own by importing any shape or texture that you already have. In the Procreate forum, there are already hundreds and hundreds that you can download and pull into the app. It didn't take me long to find the perfect hairline pressure sensitive manga inspired wet ink flowing calligraphy diamond chisel brush that I liked. Don't look at me like that, we've already established that I'm picky about my brushes. I also happen to be picky about canvas sizes. I like you to draw big. There are a handful of canvas sizes that you can choose from, the largest being 4K, or 4096 pixels by 1714 pixels. Of course, you can specify your own canvas size. It also has a cool feature that tells you how many layers you can use with that canvas. For example, I can have a canvas that's 8000 pixels by 8000 pixels, but if I go that large, I'm going to be limited to only 4 layers. Now, the standard iPad Pro resolution, which is already pretty big, is going to give you 91 layers. This limitation of number of layers versus canvas size keeps Procreate feeling snappy at all times. I experienced no lag at all ever. Even on my pretty darn new, souped up MacBook Pro, I experienced lag in Photoshop. Not in Procreate. And of course, when I'm done, I need to send one to my mom so she can hang it on the fridge. Fortunately for me, Procreate has some really good exporting options. You have your standard JPEG or your transparent PNG, but you can also export a layered Photoshop file as well. There's also a video export feature. Basically, a speed painting video of what you created. You can absolutely tell that this was designed around the workflow of digital painters. They paid a lot of attention. Yes, we want our layers and blending and transparency and robust brush options, but most of the time you spend painting is spent resizing your brush, changing that brush's opacity, erasing, sampling color. They put all these tools front and center in the interface. It's great to see those primary features right there when you need them, but those secondary features are available. They just kind of floated to the back. Like a well-organized fridge. One day, you're gonna want mustard, but until that day, it is gonna be hiding in the back, waiting for its moment of greatness. I'm looking at you, hexadecimal color picker tool. Now, adjusting the size and opacity of your brushes is controlled by this little tab that's located on the left-hand side of your palette. That tab also has a redo and an undo button on it. In the settings, there's an option to move that tab to the other side of the screen. In fact, the more time you spend with Procreate, the more you seem to find these kind of nice little settings. Every time I use it, I seem to find a new feature. Just yesterday, I learned that if I swipe right on a layer, I can turn on this alpha lock feature. That lets you recolor brush strokes that you've already put down, kind of like painting within the lines. Procreate seems like a simple sketching and painting app on the surface, but the more you dive in, the more you find all these little great features. Yes, just like the hexadecimal color picking tool. Thanks, Mustard. And I love the way Procreate nests features within other features. Take the layers, for example. You can change the opacity, change the blend mode, copy, delete, select, move them around, or simply turn them on or off. This all may seem like basic stuff, but you would be absolutely amazed at how many iPad apps just don't get these simple things right. I've used apps where you couldn't rearrange or even delete layers. I've used apps where the color picker's completely broken because half of it's covered by interface crud. I think what ends up happening is people are building drawing apps from scratch, and when you do that, you miss a lot of those user experience details. Procreate doesn't. At times, the baseline for iPad drawing apps is kind of low. And I can say with confidence that Procreate is the best app out there. It doesn't just take a step over that baseline, it takes a flying leap over it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. Sometimes I answer faster there. I'm going to be doing more reviews in the weeks to come, so stay tuned and subscribe to follow along. Thanks for watching.